Alright, what's going on, you lot? Today I'm going to be doing a reaction video to Guthrie playing with Hans Zimmer live. He's doing a solo from Hans Zimmer's Man of Steel, which is from the movie Man of Steel. But obviously this guitar part isn't in the original recording because you would never get a guitar solo like this in a film track. I guess it's just for live. But check this solo out. Focus on the bends. Focus on Guthrie's bends. He shreds like a bitch in this. Like, he goes full Guthrie mode. Like, we can't deny that. But if you listen to his bends, man, like, I can literally feel like the vibe. I can feel the vibrato in my bones. This is so good. Also, the interaction on stage is quite interesting as well. So let's check it out. Oh, very nice and wide vibrato. Not necessarily Zakk Wylde wide vibrato, but that is vibrato, man. That is aggressive vibrato. Listen to that again. It's like he's taking you on a journey. Obviously, any sort of piece of music you listen to is kind of a journey in itself, but I feel like the way he does his bends floats you around like the sea. Like, listen to those bends, man. Listen to the way one bend flows down into another bend. It's kind of like the waves of a sea. It's just like you're sitting there listening and you could easily just do that. Wow. I know I said I wasn't really going to focus on the shreddy parts of this, but check that out again. I always get blown away. If I see like a quick bit of shred, it's always impressive and it's always cool. However, when I hear a bit of shred and it's like continuously rolling on, like when Guthrie plays a shreddy line, a lot of the times he will do like a quick shreddy line, but a lot of the times as well, he will do like a shreddy line that will roll on to another and another, and it's like a never-ending line of just shred. And it's always so cleanly done. Like, ugh, it's disgusting. Also, check out Hans Zimmer, man. He's come over from playing the keys. He's watching Guthrie and he is just in awe. Like, imagine someone like that, someone of that caliber of a musician. Obviously, Guthrie, we know he's a wizard, a guitar wizard. I mean, look at him. Check out Hans Zimmer, man. Like, this guy has an insane career, has done the most incredible pieces of music, and just watch Guthrie in awe. I mean, wow. Like, I don't think on a musical scale of achievements you can get any higher than that. Whoa, that last couple of seconds there. What I love about this section here, and this might not be for everyone, but literally when I hear him bending like that, there's so much energy in it. He's putting everything he has into doing these bends. I can feel what it's like. Like, it really gives me that feeling of when I do a bend. Like, I'm hearing it and I'm like, I can feel it myself. Like, I'm listening to it and my hands are going, oh, hang on a minute. main theme. Oh, wow. I mean, I'm a massive fan of that. At the moment, that has to be possibly one of my favorite guitar solo videos on YouTube at the moment. That is so good. The way that solo makes me feel as a guitar player and just as a general listener is just, like I said, like the amount of energy he's putting into that, like everything he's got into those bends. I can just imagine him on stage playing live. Everyone's like, the whole band, the whole orchestra's putting everything into the music and he's doing these bends. How do you not walk off stage and feel like an absolute god? But if I was to just play that one solo and then go home, I would feel like, I don't know, I just feel like a god. That is incredible. And what I love about him is just how humble he is. I've actually met him once before, and I've actually met him twice before. Once when I was a little kid and I had no clue who he was. It was at the London Guitar Exhibition. It was at the XL Centre and I was a kid. And I met Guthrie and Jamie Humphries when they used to do a lot of stuff with Lick Library. And I had no clue who these guys were. And I was just standing there watching them play like,
that's ridiculous.
Fast forward a couple of years later, I actually started seeing loads of videos of him on YouTube when he was doing a lot of stuff with Jam Track Central, and I was watching all of his solos and I loved it. So the second time I met him was at an Indian restaurant in Essex, and he was playing in an Indian restaurant in Essex because every month they did a Jazz Sunday. It was either a Jazz Sunday or a Jazz Monday, and the drummer basically was the guy that got in different bass players and different guitar players because he knew a bunch of musicians, and he knew Guthrie, and he asked Guthrie if he was available this specific Sunday, and he was. I heard about this, so I went down and had a meal. I say I had a meal, but let me be honest, most of the time I was sitting there watching Guthrie play, I was like this. So not a lot of chewing happened that night. But I spoke to him after, shook his hand. Actually, funnily enough, when he left the restaurant, I was with a bunch of mates, and when we all left the restaurant, he was leaving at the same time. He held the door open for me. And it was the weirdest thing saying, cheers, Guthrie. It was the weirdest thing saying, cheers, Guthrie. It was such a great moment. But one of the greatest guitar players to ever live. I'm sure there's other great guitar players out there. I know there are other great guitar players out there, and there is many good guitar players that are different and great in their own respects, but there is absolutely no denying, even if you don't like Guthrie, you cannot say this guitar player is not good, or even one of the greatest. In my opinion, he is 100% one of the greatest guitar players to have lived ever. Technically, musically, he's got everything. He knows so much theory, he's got such a good ear, he's got such good technique, and he applies it in such a musical way. So for me, that is an all-round guitar player. Probably going to be people in the comments saying that you don't agree with me, which is completely fine. If you don't, who is your favorite guitar player? Feel free to leave a comment. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you don't mind hitting that like button, hang on a minute, just down there, and the subscribe button, which should be just next to it. If you enjoyed the video, that is, of course, that would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to, go on my channel and check out some other videos I've got, because I post guitar-related content. On that note, see you later, guys. Thank you very much. Peace.